this issue, actions speak louder than words. Now, what concerns me about Barack is the denomination to which he belongs, 1.2 million members. And by the way, do you know who the Rev Barry Lynn is?
Yes.
Rev Barry Lynn, Americans United for Separation Church and State, one of the most aggressive secular organizations in America. They go after pastors. They went after us. They filed a complaint with us against the IRS because we put out a voter's guide to show people where voters stood on, where the candidates stood. So they are rabid secular. He is an ordained minister in the denomination that Barack is part of. Officially as a denomination for abortion 2 years before Roe v. Wade. Before we ever had Roe v. Wade, the denomination was already calling for abortion on demand. That denomination in 1976 came out calling for gay marriage in 1976. You know, that's 20 years before Massachusetts did its thing. So the denomination is taking positions in favor of the Palestinians, against the Israelis. The Anti-Defamation League has real trouble with that denomination. You have that denomination that says, we don't think the Bible means what it says. We believe it should be interpreted in the light of the current culture where we are now. So the Bible is an evolving document. So when he talks about his faith, I'm glad he's got faith, but it's not the faith that I've got out of the Bible. He may go to the United Church of Christ, but when I look at their doctrines, I say, denomination he's been attending for 20 years. And I know. I look at the Rev Barry Lynn, part of his denomination. I know where he's going to be on church and state. I know where Barack's going to be. Then what really concerns me is I want to see what happens with judges. Now, we've got these two judges. Barack voted against those two Supreme Court judges that are moving in the right direction. He's voted against these conservative judges we're putting on Court of Appeals. So it's abominable.
That's right.
And yet 2 of our knucklehead Supreme Court justices saw nothing wrong with that. It was a 7-2 decision. Oh, those are the 2 that Barack supports. So guess what I'm going to get on wallbuilders.com? There's a couple things to do. One is, if you want to find your specific member of Congress's voting record, you go to thomas.loc.gov. That is the Library of Congress website. Thomas is like Thomas Jefferson. LOC is libraryofcongress.gov. So thomas.loc.gov. It comes up and you can search this session of Congress. You can put in your congressman's name, Joe Smith. You can see every bill that he sponsored, every bill that he voted for, the statements he's made on every bill. Okay. So if you want to do that in depth, you can do that. What I recommend, though, is off our website, there's a link to a website that's called Vote Smart. It's vote-smart.com. Votesmart.com, that organization, they go through, and they're neutral. They don't care whether you're liberal, conservative, Christian, or pagan. They don't care if you're Republican, Democrat. With 10,000 to 13,000 bills introduced every year, there's a lot of groups that monitor those issues. You got agricultural groups. You got the NRA to monitor gun issues. You've got Human Rights Campaign to monitor pro-homosexual issues. You've got the Gay and Lesbian Alliance. You've got the Gay and Lesbian Network. All these gay groups monitor progress for